guys, it's Paige. I am back to teach you that little beat that you just heard. So this beat is pretty tricky.
Oh boy!
If you break it down, if you break any beat down, it makes it easier to learn. So let's talk about what I just played. So this beat contains some ghost notes, some quick little bass hits, and some other little fancy things like that. But let's break it down and let's see just how simple it actually is. So we're going to start with what each part is doing, right? So on our hi-hat, all we're doing is quarter notes the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I like to teach it this way so that you know what each part is doing and then how they work together. So then let's see what the bass drum is doing. So that's a bit of a fancy rhythm, but hopefully it'll make more sense when we put it all together. So let's put the hi-hat with the bass drum and see how that sounds. So that's how we have those two together. Now the trickiest part is probably the rhythm that we make with the snare drum. This beat contains ghost notes, and I know Dave has probably touched upon this, but just a quick reminder what a ghost note is. It's a softer note that you hit in between the harder accents. So if you have no ghost notes in that beat, but the ghost notes they kind of add a softer little underlying feel to the beat, and it just makes the groove sound more full. Right? It just kind of adds a little more to the beat. Something that may be more felt than heard, if you hear it in a song maybe or something like that. So let's take a look at what our snare is doing in this beat in particular. Alright, so the ghost note comes right after each quarter note with the hi-hat. So it'll look something like, or it'll sound something like this. You can probably hear where those accents come in. Ba, ba. Right? Now let's put beats 1 through 2 together in slow motion so you can kind of hear how they all break down together. That went from beat 1 to 2. So maybe practice just that at first for a second, especially those quick little ghost notes can be a bit tricky sometimes. 1 E and a 2. 1 E and a 2. Right? So the accent, the first accented hit is going to come on beat 3. So let's listen to how that sounds. All of it is filled in a 16th note grid, by the way. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, right? 3 is that accent. So here we have beats 1 and beats 2, all the way up to 3. And if you could probably hear that, the accent comes in on beat 3. So the first accent hits on beat 3. So let's listen to that one more time. So we have our first accent on beat 3, and then the second accent comes right before beat 4. So let's just take a quick listen to that. where I just hit that last hi-hat is beat 4. Right where I ended, beat 4. And so then, like I said, almost every quarter note follows with these, every quarter note follows with these 2 ghost notes. Yes! Right? And that happens again after beat 4. So let's hear how this whole first measure sounds all put together. So that was measure 1. It kind of ends weird because it's 4-E and, right? So it kind of stops weird. So let's hear how that sounds with the downbeat of the next measure. That sounds a bit more comfortable, I think. So practice just that section first. See how you feel about it. And then the second measure is actually a bit easier. It's basically the same part of the first measure with no second accent like we had in the previous measure. So let's hear how just the second measure sounds, which I think the second measure is actually a bit easier. So let's listen to that. That's the whole second measure. So you basically repeat beats 1 and 2, and then you have accent on 3, and hi-hat on 4. So let's listen to the second measure one more time. And that's the whole beat. So let's hear it all together at a few different speeds. Please! At a few different speeds. That's it for this beat. Work hard on it, practice, and make sure you pay a lot of attention to the ghost notes because they're kind of the grand part of this beat. The ghost notes really stick out. They make the beat more challenging and fun. Yep, so keep at it. Hey guys, it's Paige. Hey guys, it's not Dave. Sorry, was that dumb?
Uh-oh!
I think I'm playing that wrong. I think I'm playing that wrong.